Would you know if you're in a toxic relationship? Could you spot the signs? These questions are more important than they may initially seem. The health and well-being of any relationship hinges on our ability to recognize and understand the warning signs, commonly known as red flags. These signs could indicate deeper, underlying issues that may need to be addressed. So let's delve in, shall we? Let's navigate through these 10 red flags that could be lurking in your relationship. Red flag number 1. Is your partner a closed book? Imagine a book that's tightly closed. It's hard to understand the story, right? Just like that book, a relationship without open communication can be equally perplexing. Communication is not just about speaking, it's about listening, understanding, and responding. It's about expressing feelings, sharing dreams, discussing problems, and fostering understanding. When communication breaks down, it often signals deeper issues. Perhaps there's a difficulty in expressing feelings or an avoidance of important conversations. Maybe one person is shutting down communication altogether. These can all be signs that something's not quite right. In a healthy relationship, communication should be like an open book, clear, transparent, and available. It should be a safe space where both partners can express themselves freely, without fear of judgment, criticism, or dismissal. So, is your partner a closed book? If so, it might be time to ask why. Remember, communication is the lifeblood of any relationship. Red flag number 2. Does your partner try to control your every move? This is a critical question to ask yourself. Controlling behavior and manipulation can be subtle yet corrosive, slowly eroding the foundation of your relationship. This can manifest in various ways, such as attempts to dictate your actions, decisions, or even your interactions with others. Remember, everyone deserves the freedom to be their authentic selves in a relationship. If your partner is constantly trying to shape you into their ideal version, it's a sign of a toxic dynamic. This behavior is not about caring or protection, it's about power and dominance. Manipulation, on the other hand, is a more covert form of control. It might involve guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or making you feel like you're always in the wrong. It's a crafty way of twisting your thoughts, making you question your own judgment. In a healthy relationship, there's no room for manipulation or control. Cherish your individuality and seek a partnership that respects your autonomy. Red flag number 3. Is your partner dismissive of your feelings or boundaries? Every relationship has its own unique rhythm, its own set of unspoken rules. But what happens when those lines get crossed? Disrespect and boundary violations can seriously harm a relationship. Think about it. When your partner belittles your feelings, dismisses your concerns, or oversteps your boundaries, it erodes your sense of self. It can feel like you're losing your voice, your identity. This kind of behavior isn't just disrespectful, it's dismissive. It sends a clear message: your feelings, your boundaries, your very personhood don't matter. Remember, mutual respect is a cornerstone of any healthy relationship. It's about honoring each other's feelings, needs, and boundaries. It's about creating a safe space where both partners feel seen, heard, and valued. So ask yourself, is your relationship built on mutual respect? Or is it teetering on the edge of disregard? A relationship without respect is like a house without a foundation. Red flags number 4 and 5. Is your partner overly jealous or unwilling to compromise? Let's unpack these red flags. Jealousy is a normal emotion. It's part of the human experience, but when it becomes excessive, it can be a sign of deeper issues. Overbearing jealousy can create an atmosphere of mistrust and suspicion, stifling the openness that is vital for a healthy relationship. It may stem from insecurities, past hurts, or even control issues. It's important to remember, though, that the issue isn't with you, but with the one who is overly jealous. Now, let's talk about possessiveness. It's one thing to value your partner and your relationship, but it's another to treat them as a possession. Excessive possessiveness can lead to control, isolation, and can rob you of your personal freedom. It's crucial to maintain your individuality even in a relationship. So what do you do if you find yourself in the clasp of jealousy or possessiveness? Communication is key. Openly discussing these feelings can help address underlying issues and insecurities. However, it's not always easy, and professional help may be needed to navigate these waters. Now let's move on to the unwillingness to compromise. A relationship is a partnership, a dance if you will, and it requires give and take from both parties. But what happens when one partner refuses to compromise? It can lead to power struggles, resentment, and a feeling of inequality. Compromise is not about winning or losing, it's about finding common ground and fostering mutual respect and understanding. If your partner is unwilling to compromise, it might be an indicator that they value their wants and needs over yours. This can be a damaging dynamic, and it's important to address this issue head-on. Remember, a relationship is a shared journey, and it should be navigated together, with both partners having an equal say. Jealousy is a poison that can kill even the healthiest of relationships, and compromise is the antidote. Recognizing these red flags early can help you steer your relationship towards healthier shores or help you make the decision to step away if necessary. Red flags number 6 and 7. Are you constantly under suspicion or experiencing abuse? Let's delve into these. A thriving relationship is built on a strong foundation of trust. However, when there's a constant air of suspicion, when your every move is questioned or monitored, that trust begins to crumble. This is a red flag that cannot be ignored. A partner who constantly doubts you, who needs to know your whereabouts at all times, who checks your phone or social media without your consent, clearly has trust issues. This can create a tense atmosphere and an unhealthy dynamic which can be extremely damaging in the long run. Trust is not just about faithfulness. It's about having confidence in your partner's decisions, in their words, their actions, and their intentions. It's about feeling secure in the knowledge that they have your best interests at heart. When this trust is missing, when your partner's actions breed suspicion rather than confidence, it's time to re-evaluate your relationship. Moving on to our 7th red flag, abuse. Abuse is not just physical, it can be emotional or verbal too. Any form of disrespect, belittling, manipulation, or control that makes you feel lesser or powerless is abuse. Being shouted at, insulted, humiliated, or made to feel guilty for no valid reason are all signs of emotional abuse. And remember, physical abuse is not just about visible scars. It's about any action that hurts you physically, that instills fear and makes you feel unsafe. Abuse in any form is a clear deal breaker. It's not something to be taken lightly, nor is it something to be justified or excused. It's not about anger management issues or a bad day at work or stress. It's about a person choosing to exert power and control over their partner in a harmful way, and that is not okay. In conclusion, trust is a fundamental pillar in a relationship, and abuse in any form is a clear deal breaker. Always remember, you deserve respect, trust, and a safe space in your relationship. If these are missing, it's time to take a step back and reassess. Red flags number 8, 9, and 10. Are you being gaslighted, unsupported, or left with all the responsibilities? Let's delve into these final 3 relationship red flags. Gaslighting is an insidious form of emotional manipulation where one partner causes the other to question their perception of reality. This might manifest as insisting that certain events didn't happen, or that their partner's feelings are unfounded or exaggerated. The aim here is to control and undermine, leading the victim to doubt their own memory, perception, and sanity. It's a potent form of emotional abuse that can leave individuals feeling disoriented and powerless. Next, we turn our attention to disinterest in your well-being. In a healthy relationship, partners show interest in each other's lives, dreams, and aspirations. They support one another, celebrate each other's victories, and provide comfort in times of struggle. If your partner consistently shows disinterest in your well-being, it could indicate a lack of investment in the relationship. This could manifest as indifference towards your feelings, neglecting to ask about your day, or a lack of enthusiasm for your achievements and ambitions. Lastly, let's talk about the avoidance of responsibilities. In a balanced relationship, responsibilities are shared. This doesn't necessarily mean a 50-50 split in every task, but rather an overall sense of partnership and teamwork. If you find yourself consistently shouldering the burden of responsibilities, whether they're household chores, financial obligations, or emotional labor, it can lead to feelings of resentment and exhaustion. Avoidance of responsibilities by one partner can create a damaging imbalance in the relationship. In conclusion, gaslighting, disinterest in your well-being, and avoidance of responsibilities are all significant red flags. They can create a hostile environment that perpetuates imbalance and fosters feelings of insecurity, mistrust, and loneliness. Remember, it's not just about spotting these signs, but understanding their implications, and most importantly, taking appropriate action to protect your emotional health. These signs can create a damaging imbalance in a relationship. Now, it's time for reflection. Let's recall the 10 relationship red flags: lack of communication, controlling behavior, disrespect, jealousy, unwillingness to compromise, lack of trust, abuse, gaslighting, disinterest in your well-being, and avoidance of responsibilities. Recognizing these signs is key to preserving your personal well-being and nurturing a healthy relationship. It's not just about one flag, but a pattern. Remember, a pattern of these red flags is not a sign to ignore. Prioritize your well-being and don't be afraid to seek support.